Hi, it's Rachel from Just In Case You, and today we are talking about just in case you want to start a business. And I'm here with Janine Jensen, longtime childhood friend. We've known each other for several decades. Wow, we're old. And Janine has started a multitude of several successful businesses, ranging from real estate to nonprofits to art collaboratives. She's done it all. So I wanted her to share some of her advice from the trenches from somebody who's been there and done that. Janine. So Janine, you have started a multitude of businesses, and not just contiguously, simultaneously, which is so impressive to me. What is some advice that you can give to people that are thinking about launching a business idea and maybe are on the precipice of like putting a foot in or jumping in or just not taking that leap at all?
It should all start with a business plan. Your business plan needs to show a profitable business. Study your competition, find out what might make you unique or different and prosperous as you continue. Include an exit plan. That is usually not on someone's radar when they're just starting out a business, but things happen, life changes, and it's important to include that. Get as much advice you can from your lawyer. Your accountant should be your best friend. Your accountant might have more valuable advice for a small business owner than anybody else. Work with retired executives through programs like SCORE, through the Chambers of Commerce. Take as much advice and counsel, lay it all out, but then make your own decisions. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Be ready to throw caution to the wind if your gut is telling you to move forward when other people are not. Weigh the risks and ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose? What is the worst thing that could happen there? Okay, I lose all my capital. And if you still feel that the risk is worth it, then you probably will be successful because there's something that is gnawing away at you and pulling you to be successful. So you will work extra hours, long nights, and put everything you have into it to come out on top.
So what do you think separates those who are successful from those who, the myriad of businesses that fail each day?
I would say it's sort of a mixed bag of things. Number one, having a good business plan to begin with. Have people look at your business plan. Spend a lot of time on it. Don't tweak the numbers so you can get a loan. Make sure that they're accurate and be conservative in your numbers on your business plan. And then be willing to work day and night round the clock. Pick good people to work with you if you have a labor force. Spend a lot of time interviewing. You can train a lot of people, but look for that it factor.
What do you think? I'm sorry. What do you think is a common denominator, a common thread with other business owners that are already successful? You had to narrow it down to like 3 characteristics or traits.
I would say attitude and likability. If people like you, if you have a service or a product and people like you, they're going to want to support you and buy your product or your service whether they need it or not. Having connections, building long-term relationships with people. There really is no such thing as getting rich quick. Building a business is a slow process. Most businesses fail and people leave early because they're not seeing income and revenue right from the get-go. These things take time. Keep your day job. If you can start something on the side or at night and have support from your family and friends, that's the best way to go. I always dip my toe in instead of jumping in. I'm not a huge risk taker. I just feel that it's better to start slowly, and just like the tortoise and the hare, the tortoise usually wins.
Knowing you for years, the fact that you just said you're not a risk taker is like shocking to me. How do you quantify that you're not, since you have a multitude of businesses running at the same time?
Well, it's very calculated. When I come up with ideas and my brain is always going, I laugh and think I probably have undiagnosed ADHD.
I call it entrepreneurial ADD because I've got the same thing.
Exactly. If I can't let something go, that usually is the idea that speaks the loudest to me. And I have to see it through, whether it's buying a property or starting a business. If it does not leave my brain, something is telling me that this is something I need to follow through on. I have had to let people get into my thought patterns as well, because in time I have made some mistakes and I've tried to learn from them, and then I ask those people to bring me out of the clouds back to reality. If I do this again, please give me a heads up if you see this happening. But in general, if there's something gnawing away at you, your intuition, if you really feel strongly about it, chances are it's going to be successful if you put your heart into it.
Janine, thanks so much for sharing. And for those of you contemplating jumping in and making that business idea work, you heard some pragmatic advice from Janine. And it's check it out with your other professionals and other people who have walked the walk and not just talk the talk. So until next time, just in case you.